Hey everybody, this video is about knowing whether or not a function is indeed a function or not, or if it's broken, if it's not a function. How can you tell? Can you tell by a table, by a graph, so on and so forth? So here we go. We have a vending machine with some drinks, Loca Loca, Dr. Whopper, Popsy, Spritz, and number 5 is Loca Loca again. So if you paid money, bought a drink, pushed the drink button. So let's say you push number 1, you want a Loca Loca, you push 1, you get a Loca Loca out. You push 2, you better get a Dr. Whopper. If it doesn't give you what you want, it's broken. If it gives you what you want all the time, it's good. But if it ever makes a mistake, oh, you know that machine is messed up. How would you feel if you paid your hard-earned money and you pushed the Loca Loca button and out came a Spritz? You'd be like, what the heck? I paid for a Loca Loca. Why am I getting a Spritz? I don't want a Spritz. I want a Loca Loca. It's broken. Give me my money back. Well, so how does this relate to functions? Well, this is really a function. We can actually graph this. So let's look at this real quick. So if you push the 1, you're supposed to get a Loca Loca. If you push the 2, you're supposed to get a Dr. Whopper. And if you push the 3, you're supposed to get a Popsy. And the 4, of course, is a Spritz. And then the 5 button is another Loca Loca button. So we push the 5 and we also get Loca Loca. Notice how these two coordinates, these dots, are next to each other. They're supposed to be on a straight line if I drew things straight. But they're next to each other. And so is that a problem? Can I have more than one Loca Loca button? Sure. There's all kinds of vending machines that have more than one Loca Loca button. Well, if you can find Loca Loca. There are, so that's not a problem to have more than one button give you the same thing. You can have more than one input give you the same output. But what you can't have is the same input giving you different outputs. That would mean it's broken. So here's what I mean. So let's say you pushed that 1 and out came a Spritz. Oh no, right here, huh? You pushed 1, but what you got was a Spritz. Not okay. It's broken. Give me my money back. What does that look like graphically, though? Look at those coordinates there. The Loca Loca button is on top of the Spritz button. Let me try to make this clear. Right? It is directly on top of the Spritz button. They're both at the x coordinate of 1, and that tells me it's broken. Okay, well, what's my takeaway? So the takeaway is if two coordinates have the same x values but different y values, it's not a function, right? So let's look at this graph down below here. We have some dots. We have 3 dots, and it's at 2, 1, at 3, 2, and at 3, 3, right? But what we notice here is that these two dots right here are on top of each other. So that tells me just by looking at it, I don't even have to do anything else. I look at it, I'm like, dots on top of each other. It's not a function. Dots on top of each other, another way, then we really should call them coordinates, but this relates to the vertical line test. If you can pass a vertical line through, oh my gosh, if only I could. If you could pass a vertical line through 2 coordinates on your graph, that means it failed the vertical line test, and therefore it is not a function. Now, that's all great and stuff, but what you really want to be able to do is to be able to look at the chart, look at the coordinates themselves without a picture, without a graph, and be able to just to look at it and be like, it's not a function. So look at this graph down here. It's the same one as the one on the right, okay? It's just 3 dots, 2, 1, right? This one right here is 2, 1, and 3, 2, which is this one right here. This is 3, 2. And then the one up top, wow, that looks like a 5. And then the one up top, I was trying to fix it. The one up top, I only do one take. I don't do multiple takes. The one up top is 3, 3. So, right, these are the 3 dots. But what you notice if you look at the x values, Do you have any repeats? Yes, you do. This right here. This is the problem. We have 2 repeats here in the x column, and that means they better give me the same thing, otherwise it's broken, and they don't. They give you different things, right? One time it's a 2, and another time it's another 3. So that means that it's broken because those 2 coordinates are on top of each other. So that tells me it's not a function. So this is what the vertical line test looks like. So if you have a parabola that's pointed sideways and you pass a red line over it, pass the vertical line over it, oh my gosh, there's a point where 2 dots intersect. It's not a function. Not only that, there's more of those. Wow, here is a vertical line where 2 dots intersect. And you know what? Over here is another one. In fact, there's infinitely many, but it only takes one. So this is not a function. One quick addendum that you need to know is, what about something like this? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, but look at the y column. They're all the same. Is that okay? Could that happen? Well, sure, because like the rule said, it's just about if you have the same x values but different y values, then it's not a function. Do we have the same x values? No. These are all different. Why is that okay? Well, look at it. What happens if we graph this? Here's 1, 2. Here's 2, 2. Here's 3, 2. And here's 4, 2. They're all next to each other. They're not on top of each other. Therefore, it does not fail the vertical line test, and it can be a function. So that's how you know. So to recap, dots on top of each other, coordinates on top of each other in the graph, that means it's not a function. And you can use the vertical line test to check for that. If all you have is the coordinates and you have a table, then you just look at the table and you see if there's any values that repeat in the x column. If there are, check to see if they have different y values, right? Different y values. And if they do have different y values, it's not a function. Everything else is okay. Thank you very much for listening, and good luck to you.